I'm here today on the GX460 and the rear window is no longer working. I can manually pull up this window and push it down. And when pushing the door window button, I can hear the actuator working, although it's not operating the window correctly. So something here is busted. We're going to try to fix this. Follow along if you want to see how this is done. In order to complete this job, we have some panel remover tools, a Phillips head screwdriver, and some lubricant. I'm using WD-40, but it's probably better to use some silicone, that'll last longer. Remove your door panel by first removing a few smaller panels. Panel number 1. Pry that off with your panel remover tool. And panel number 2, to avoid marring the surface of this door, I'm going to use a little card, slip it in there and pry up. Remove this electrical connector by pinching and pulling. Pry on this armrest panel to remove. 2 screws are exposed for removal, 1 and 2. Pull out the bottom of this panel to detach some clips. So now we're going to pull up on this panel to fully remove from the door. On the back side of the panel, we have some electrical connectors. Remove those by pinching and pulling out. And remove these mechanical actuators by pulling them out, like so. And then step number 2, same thing here. Remember the green goes on the bottom, white on the top here when we reassemble later. 1 and 2. The door panel is free. Let's put that aside. Pull away this plastic from the door to expose what's beneath. There's a whole lot of sticky substance around here, so just be mindful of that. Plugging back in our window button, we can see that the actuator down here is moving when the button is pressed. So that seems to be working. If you do have to replace your actuator, that seems to be held in by a few bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull those out and replace your actuator entirely. But mine is working. I do see inside the door at the bottom down here, I can grab a hold of something that's fallen loose. This is completely detached. And this part is supposed to be attached to the window, and then the actuator slides, this piece around here, this nylon piece slides in this track. We have to reassemble this and we might be good to go. It appears that this fell loose, no longer held onto the glass. So maybe we'll give this a little pinch with some pliers to make sure it keeps better hold of the glass. While we're in here, we'll clean up this window. Also clean up this part. I'll use some pliers here and pinch really carefully this metal piece a little bit, just so it grabs a hold of the glass a bit better. And this part might be a little bit tricky, but we got to get this nylon piece here into this track and also this track here onto the glass. That part's assembled, and now we have to get this glass inside this little track here. After some finagling, this part is fully attached to both the glass and the slider here. We can operate the window. It's moving up and down. With this fully assembled, I'm going to pinch this a little bit. Don't break your glass. I just want to make sure that this part no longer becomes detached from the glass. And to make the glass slide a lot better, we're going to spray in some lubricant into these tracks, both on the left and right side. You can also clean out these window tracks to make sure nothing is inhibiting motion, causing everything to fall apart. You might notice after messing with your window that the automatic closing function no longer works. The window needs some recalibration. When telling the window to go up, it just hits the top and comes back down. This is a safety mechanism in case something is obstructing the window closing. It'll sense that and go down. But we need to recalibrate the windows so that they work properly. In order to do that, press and hold the window in the up position. When the window hits the up position, continue to hold the button for 5 seconds, and that recalibrates the window so it knows when it's fully up. At this point, the window should fully work. We're going to try it here. Up, automatic close, and it works. You might have to do the same thing in the down position. To do that, press and hold the down for the window and continue to hold 5 seconds after it reaches the down position. And And the window is now fully recalibrated. The limit switches for the down and up positions are fully understood. The window works as it should. All we have to do now is reassemble the door, put our plastic back on. We'll reuse the original adhesive. The door lock and door handle cables go through this opening here in the plastic. Reattachment of the panel to the door is made a whole lot easier. If you remove this piece from the door panel, simply pull it out. That releases some snaps. And attach this piece alone to the door. Locks on via these clamps 1, 2, and 3 to the door. And the door panel with these clips 1, 2, and 3 lock onto 1, 2, and 3. Reconnect your door handle and lock cables. Green on the bottom, white on the top. Reconnect the electrical. Feed the window button connector up through its hole and snap your door panel back on. With the palm of your hands, snap the door panel into the door. Reassemble the window button and the screws. Snap in the armrest, and everything is functioning again. This job required only 20 minutes, $0 in parts, and saved me from taking this vehicle to the mechanic. I hope this helps you with your project.